Yeah, so first of all, welcome everybody. You hear already that my Greek is not so fantastic, so we will have to speak English now, so the presentation will be in English. My name is Burkhard Hessing. I'm working in Terhurne as an export manager for Eastern Europe and Asia. The agenda today, first of all, I will tell you a little bit about our company, some facts and figures about the company, and then I will introduce HyWood to you, which is still a fairly new product we introduced 2 years ago. So first of all, a little bit about the company. This is a picture of the company. We are located in the northwestern part of Germany, very near to the border to Holland, around 100 kilometers north of Düsseldorf. Here we have a brand new showroom that was also opened like 2 years ago, where we show products, where we show sales concepts, where we have training facilities, where we host our guests. So in 2 different levels, we are showing around 500 different types of floors we do. Everything is pretty modern, pretty new. Some facts and figures. Our company was founded in 1959 by a person called Terhurne. This is also why our company name is Terhurne, so it's the name of the family that owns the company. We are now in the second generation already. Bernhard and Erwin Terhurne are running the company. The headquarters is in Südlohn. As I said, that's quite close to the border to Holland. We have around 300 employees. Turnover last year was close to 100 million euros. We are in Europe one of the leading producers of wood floors and design floors, so we do actually different types of products. This is our current product portfolio. 3 different categories. We have real wood floors, which is basically parquet in the higher quality, and HyWood, which is the main thing that we are talking about in a minute. Then the second category is the wood-based materials, which is laminate flooring in the entry. And then on top of this, it's a Dureco floor, which is a 48-hour water-resistant floor, also a wood floor made of wooden materials. And the third category is our polymer-based floors, which is LVT in 4 different qualities: dryback, LVT on HDF, SPC, and multilayer SPC. And on top, in the higher quality, it's a product called Avatara floor, Avatara design floor, which is a PVC-free floor, PVC-free design floor, digital printed surface. That is, let's say, the next generation of design flooring. Besides our 6 different floors, we also do wall and ceiling panels, which is acoustic paneling, and other panels for decoration purposes. So this is basically our product portfolio, and that gives you a, let's say, a brief idea about what Terhurne is doing. This was the start. Now we switch to the product that I would like to introduce to you, and this is called HyWood. We call it the real wood hybrid floor because, as you can see on this animal, this is not a fake animal developed by our marketing department. This is a mixture of a horse and a zebra. Or, to say it in a different word, it's a zebrid, so it's a combination of 2 different things. And also HyWood is a combination of 2 different things. It's on one side a real wood floor, on the other side it performs on eye height with laminate, with SPC, LVT in terms of water resistance, in terms of scratch resistance, impact resistance, etc. And before we jump into the HyWood subject, I would like to show you a short video which highlights a little bit the current trends in the market, the mega trends in the market. And this is the first thing we do when we speak about the concept we developed for HyWood. Yeah, that was a little bit the introduction, and the headline of this video was actually change. It's only like 4 years ago when COVID started, unbelievable. Then after COVID was almost done, we had a war in Ukraine that started. We have so many other things like climate change. And all what's happening on this planet has quite an impact on how consumers are making decisions for interior products. People are looking for healthy products, people are looking for sustainable products, but at the same time, people do not make any compromises when it comes to suitability for daily use. So that means products have to be resistant as well and have to perform well in the daily life of our customers. Let's talk about flooring. This is a survey that was carried out by the FEP. The FEP is the European Association of the Parquet Industry. So we are members, our competitors are members, and every 4 or 5 years the FEP wants to find out how are consumers making decisions for flooring. This is something that is coming from 2022 as far as I know, and here people were asked, and consumers were asked about their choice in flooring when they come to, let's say, when it comes to renovation of apartments, when they buy a new house. And the important statement is that 50% of the consumers that were asked strongly agree that for them the presence of a parquet floor in their house is very important. That means if we ask 1,000 people, 500 will tell you, wow, if I think about my new floor for my apartment, I probably choose a parquet floor, a real wood floor, which is a very high number and actually a very good news for us as parquet producers. And why is that? Because in the, let's say, emotional categories, parquet performs on a very high level and outperforms all the other floor covering, because parquet is stylish, parquet is premium, parquet is very authentic, environmentally friendly, parquet has a high quality, gives a warm feeling in the house. And when you compare this to the other, let's say, flooring qualities we have in the market, like laminate, like vinyl, wood floor imitation, ceramic tiles, on these emotional categories, parquet is number one. But unfortunately, this is not the full story, because if you add the more practical categories like easy choice, the purchase, easy to install, sorry, renovation, durability, etc., then all of a sudden parquet is not number one anymore. So here we have other floor coverings where the end customer says, so the private customer says, for example, ceramic tiles is a much better product when it comes to water resistance. Vinyl is more resistant to scratches, to etc. pp. So in these more practical categories, parquet is not number one anymore. And when I said at the beginning of the HyWood presentation that 50% of the people would love to choose a parquet floor, when it comes to renovation, what do you think, what percentage really buys a parquet floor at the end of the customer journey? Has anyone got an idea? 20%, 5%, 7%? What would you think? Sorry? 20, okay. Anyone else? The very bad news is it's only 5%. Only 5%. That means, if we talk again about the customer journey, most of the customers we are losing on the customer journey because of certain reasons. And now the interesting question is, what are the reasons? So then why is the decision against conventional engineered hardwood flooring? And here this is not very surprising. Number one is the price. Parquet is, of course, expensive. So the main reason here in this chart why people vote against parquet flooring is the price. But then look at category 2, 3, 4 and 7. So 16% of the people say, I'm afraid of damaging it. 15% say it's not waterproof enough. 14% say it's too difficult to renovate or to maintain. And 9% say it's not durable enough. And all these reasons that I just mentioned, so number 2, 3, 4 and 7 belong to the same category. And this is what our marketing guys call the presumption of value in use is the most fundamental reason why consumers orient towards a different floor. In other words, it's not the price that is the main reason why people don't choose parquet. It is because they don't believe that the parquet performs well in their daily life. And then on the customer journey, we lose these customers. And this is again the summary. So one reason it's too expensive, but the main reason it's not robust enough. And what do people buy instead? These are the so-called value in use specialists. Again, the out of the eye of the end customer. This is where the end customer says, indestructible. Laminate flooring, indestructible. Tiles, indestructible. LVT, indestructible. But actually, 50% wanted to buy parquet flooring. So these floor coverings do not meet the consumer's needs entirely. And what is now the opportunity for us? Here once again the competition products that we have just seen. We have parquet, not very durable, this is what the end customer thinks, but it's 100% wood. Laminate is somewhere in the middle. It is durable but not super durable. It is made of wood on one side, but the last layer, the finish, is a paper, so it's a picture of a wood floor. Then we have LVT and tiles, so vinyl flooring and tiles. It is not wood at all, it's nothing, no wood inside, but the end customer thinks it's very durable. And the opportunity is here, and that is developing a floor that is durable on one side, but a wooden floor on the other side. So this is the opportunity we see with HyWood. So we solve the consumer's problem, because we have a product that combines the best of two worlds. It's wood on one side and durability at an attractive price on the other side. That is the main idea with HyWood. So we make it hybrid. We combine the best of two worlds. It is made of real wood, but it's not engineered hardwood flooring. It is highly durable, but it's not LVT. And this is now, it combines the best of two worlds and creates something new. It's HyWood, the highly durable real wood floor. And this is now the most important sentence of the whole presentation. It is for people who love and want wood, but at the same time do not make any compromises when it comes to function. In other words, with HyWood, we are not attacking the parquet customer. These 5%, please, please, please buy parquet and don't buy HyWood, no, because we are producing parquet, and if somebody wants to buy a parquet floor, this is always more on the emotional side. What we are looking at are the people who initially wanted to buy the parquet floor, but then on the customer journey turned to the right side, to the left side, and bought something else. That is the main idea with HyWood. So these customers that initially wanted to buy parquet, but then they chose tiles, they chose LVT, they chose something else. So what is HyWood actually? I'm now talking, we have now, let's say, understood hopefully the concept that we are having in mind with HyWood, but what is HyWood? To explain the construction of HyWood, it is usually a good idea to start in the middle. Because here we have an HDF board in the middle, that is a water-resistant HDF quality in a very high density. Here we speak about something like 960 kilograms per cubic meter. Swelling of this product is around 4%. That means if you put this fully underwater for 24 hours, the maximum swelling you get is 4%. So it's a water-resistant HDF quality. And then the main technology can be explained when we look at layer number 3 and layer number 5. This is going to be a little more clear when we look at a video that we are going to show in a few seconds where we show the production of this product. And this is a layer of wood powder and resins. That means when we have the board in the production, so this is now the HDF board, we have a machine that puts a very fine powder on the surface. In the next step we put resins on the surface. This is heated. The wood powder mixes with the resins, and then we press layer number 2 and layer number 6, which is a real wood layer, into this wood powder layer. The effect is that this, let's call it almost liquid wood powder resin mixture penetrates into the wood, because wood is an open structure, it's not a closed structure, it's an open structure. And the result of this process is that the surface we create is roughly 3 times harder than the surface of natural wood due to this technology. The last layer in this case is technically speaking a lacquer. We call this Nature Protect, and we apply the lacquer in a way that the brushed surface is completely closed. You know this, for example, from parquet floors in, let's say, public spaces like shops and boutiques. Many people walking, many let's say cleaning processes almost every day. At some point, the parquet looks very dirty, because in the deepest part of the brushed surface, the dirt adheres, and the more you clean it, the more dirty the floor actually gets, because the deepest part of the brushed surface is never covered by the lacquer. And we can apply the lacquer in a way that the surface is fully sealed, and which means that the floor will stay much more beautiful over a longer period of time. Now let's have a look at the production of HyWood, so the different production processes. So the first thing that happens in the factory is the wood powder production. This is of course a bit simplified, that looks more like my kitchen at home than the factory itself. Here we have the HDF board, and the first machine puts first of all the wood powder on top of the board, and in the second step we have the resin layer that is put on top of the wood powder. And now it's put into a machine where we have a very high temperature, and then the wood powder mixes with the resins. That is the process we are looking at. When this is done, we apply the first wooden layer. That is actually the layer that we have on the back side of the product. It's a birch veneer. And now we have the same process once again. So first of all, it's the wood powder that is applied to the board or put onto the board. Secondly, the resins. And then we have the actual wooden design layer, the wear layer, whatever we call it, so the layer that we see, which is in our case oak, it can be walnut or it can be ash. Now the sandwich is ready and we put it into the press. And again, with high temperature, with high pressure, what we see is that this wood powder resin layer penetrates into the wood and on the other side into the board. We are fusing the layers and we are creating a composite. This board is very hot, so we have to acclimatize it. Afterwards we cut it into the different planks. Surface is brushed. Like in a real parquet floor, we brush the surface. Now it's put into the profiling machine. HyWood has the latest generation of the 5G locking system. It's a Wellinger system. First the long side, then the short side. And now this is more like the last production step is the coating process. We apply several layers of a mud lacquer. And as I explained before, this is applied in a way that the surface is fully protected by the lacquer. Even in the deeper parts of the brushed surface, the lacquer, like here, protects the wood. So the wood is not open anymore, the wood is protected by the lacquer. So that was the actual production process. Is this clear more or less from the process? Yeah, technically speaking? Okay, super. Yeah, so HyWood is highly resistant to the 4 main risks we have identified for wood floors, which is dirt, surface completely closed, as I explained before. Dirt cannot stick into the structure anymore. Water, HyWood is 24 hours NALFA tested. I don't know if the NALFA test means something to you. NALFA test means that in each floor you have so-called T-joints. That is, let's say when you have the long side and the short side, there's hundreds of T-joints in every floor. And there's a cylinder glued to the T-joint. Water is filled into the T-joint, 100 milliliters of water. The water stays there for 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, first of all, you check, is the water still in the cylinder? If the answer is no, then the click system was very loose and the water went through the click system. If the answer is yes, the water is taken out, and then after another 24 hours we check if the floor, if we have some swellings on the edges. And if both is okay, then we can call it a water-resistant floor according to the NALFA test. It has a good pressure resistance because the wood powder technology together with the very dense HDF board protects the floor very well, and it is far more scratch resistant than a conventional lacquered wood floor. So these are the four risks that we identify for wood floors we address with HyWood. What are the other features HyWood can do? First of all, yeah, it is highly resistant against scratches, dents, dirt and water. Suitable for installation in private bathrooms. So this is even a wood floor you can install in a private bathroom. It's flame retardant class BFLS1. It's very slip resistant. It's suitable for underfloor heating systems. Maximum surface temperature is 29 degrees. In parquet we normally say 27 degrees. It is suitable for installation in large areas up to 100 square meters without expansion. Floating or glue-down installation is possible. It has a very antibacterial surface and lifetime warranty for private use, 10 years warranty for commercial use. These are the main facts about HyWood. Quickly about the collections we have. We have our so-called classic collection. This is a size of roughly 2 meter 20 times 233 and 11 millimeter thickness. This is in total 24 different colors. Here we have the Noblesse collection. That's a pretty long and wide format, 2375 times 270 millimeters. Plus we have 4 designs in herringbone. In total 3 different types of wood, mainly of course oak. As in all flooring collections, oak is the dominant color. But we also do ash, American walnut. 9 colors in 3 different gradings, including 4 herringbone designs.